Well, I'm on my way back down. At least like a 400 or 500 foot descent back to the lake below me. Hopefully get there before dark, but I feel good about this decision. It just did not feel hospitable up there. There was no place to camp. The wind was ripping. Something about it just didn't feel right. So I'm heading down. I initially chose that lake because it just puts you in such a nice target area where you're up in this high cirque. And at this point, all the snow has fallen. So quite the dramatic scene. I thought it'd be nice to be camped right there, right at the action, but it was not to be. I'm heading down here to this lake now. It's a great campsite. I saw it on my way up. On the trail up, I was whistling a happy tune. I was having a great time. I enjoyed the big fluffy snowflakes coming down and the different lakes as I came by. And once I got up to the high lake, it all just changed. I was like, this doesn't feel right. And then I realized how tired I was, how thirsty I was. It all kind of came crashing down. That I was just grumpy, you know? Just had a case of the grumps. All right, how do I get down here? Nothing a good night's sleep can't fix. I won't be doing any shooting today. I'm gonna just make it my priority to take care of myself, get some food, water, hot drinks, a fire going, just try to recharge for tomorrow. Because I'm on the east facing slope of the Bitterroot, it's a great sunrise location to get that first light. And I think first light on this snow tomorrow, it's not gonna melt tonight. First light should be quite good. I'm gonna keep making my way through these cliff bands and then go set up my tent again. Oh man, what a day. What a day. But I mean, look at this. Now that dinner's cooking and the tent's set up and it's calm down here and I have camp all squared away, I feel really good about my decision of coming down. I'm looking forward to getting in my sleeping bag tonight. All right, well, I am gonna get to dinner and call it a night. See you tomorrow morning. Well, good morning. I did not shoot sunrise this morning. I couldn't do it. My alarm went off, 5:45. I had big ambitions to go back up, actually get to the top of this ridge to get a perspective back on those upper lakes. Alarm went off. I couldn't be bothered. I couldn't get up. I knew it wasn't even a hesitation. It wasn't even I'm gonna stir for a little bit and get up. It was no way am I getting up. And I ended up sleeping for, I don't know, close to 12 hours. I couldn't do it. I saw this coming. I've been going really hard the last 3.5, 4 weeks, and then especially the last 7 to 9 days I've been out almost every day traveling to go shoot different places, and it caught up to me. I left the house late yesterday after working all morning, and I thought this was a shorter hike, and once I got to the trail and realized, oh my gosh, this is going to be quite a bit longer than I thought, I just was hustling and I didn't stop to eat or drink anything. And then I had that whole kerfuffle trying to find a campsite up 500 feet, a mile, 2 miles further. Couldn't find it. Ended up having to come back down here just as it was getting dark, and I was shot. I was just worked. And then cumulatively the last several weeks and again the last several days, it just wiped me out. So no sunrise. I got up maybe an hour and a half after sunrise. I did walk around the lake a little bit and take a few photos. I'd call them snapshots, really, There were some cool details in this pond next to me with larch needles that had blown onto the ice at night that had formed, and there's nice snow along the edge of the lake, and then of course a lot more snow up on the high peaks above me, and some nice light coming in. It was well past golden hour, so the light was starting to get a little harsh, but I just felt like I needed to document how beautiful this place was this morning. And it could not be a more beautiful scenario. This is why I came here at this time, because there was forecasted that there'd be a skiff of snow tonight and then breaking clouds this morning, which meant beautiful fall conditions. And I couldn't get up for it. You'd like to think you can just bat 100 and hit everything, but I couldn't do it this morning. Couldn't do it. Oh well. The leisure is going to continue. I've decided that I'm just going to make today a rest day up here and hang around camp. I'm not going to go on a hike, at least not a very far one. Maybe I'll wander around the lake, but I'm not going to go up on any of these ridges today. I really want to focus my efforts on being ready for tomorrow morning to shoot. That's where I want to put my energy. Not a bad place to hang out. Coming to the end of this leisure day. Got a fire going. This may not have been the day I wanted or planned on, but it was absolutely the day I needed. I just totally relaxed. I didn't walk more than 50 yards away from camp, and I feel so recharged. So recharged. And now I can honestly say I'm excited to get out tomorrow morning for sunrise. My plan tomorrow is to go up to that point right there. And so the cool thing about that point, it's about 1,000 feet higher than I am now, is that it looks over this mountain cirque with all the snow on the face. There's a bunch of larch up there too, tamaracks that are golden with some snow on them as well. So what I'm thinking is this vantage point right here, I don't know for sure, but judging by the map, it's got a pretty much a cliff face on the one side, so it's got a clear view of this. So if I get up there, I should have a full view of that cirque, plus the two lakes that I visited and didn't end up camping at yesterday are just below this cliff, and presumably would form some sort of a foreground or middle ground leading back to the snowy cliffs. And didn't get warm enough today to really melt. It melted down where I am. That 1/8 inch of snow melted off pretty quickly, but there's still a good bit of snow on that face, and there will be tomorrow morning, certainly. So that's the shot I'm after now. And what I learned this morning by watching, well, it was like an hour and a half after sunrise, but the light skims these cliffs really nicely and can provide some really great light in the morning. Tonight I'm going to sit by the fire, eat a meal, read my book, and just kind of chill out. This is unbelievable. I can't believe I found this composition so quickly. And honestly, it's kind of the only option up here. The issue that I was a little concerned about is that there's a lot of trees up here, and I wasn't sure there'd be a clear vantage point down to both of the lakes. I thought at some point it'd be obscured by a tree or something, but I found this little rock outcropping I'm on right here, and look at that, there's our lakes. Unbelievable in the mountains. And if you look over here, it's so treed. There's just no vantage points until you get to this little rock outcropping, and fortunately I found it pretty quickly. It is windy, very, very windy, but a beautiful morning. Oh my gosh. It was deceiving at camp. It was so calm and relatively warm. None of my water bottles froze. Boots weren't frozen this morning. And I walked up in just a long sleeve shirt, and then once I got up to this ridge, man, it is winter up here. I'm at about 8,300 feet, and the wind's blasting. All the trees are plastered with snow. It's lovely though. Oh man, I'm so pumped. Oh, worth the wait. It's so worth the wait. Yes. This is my favorite kind of scenario where you find a composition, you throw the camera on the tripod, and you got all this time to just shoot through the light, and I'm just gonna take exposures for the next, I don't know, 45 minutes to hour. If I would have come up here yesterday morning, I don't know that this would have worked, because it was much cloudier. There was some breaks in light later in the day, but man, this is just perfect. It happened the way it was supposed to happen. I got a great rest day, and then hugely rewarded. Oftentimes I have paralysis by analysis where I'm like, oh, but there's a million composition options, and then I end up just feeling like I'm settling for something because I gotta commit at some point to making a decision. But this morning just felt so obvious with this shot. It's been a while since I felt that. What I want to show of the scale of the mountains and fall up here is this. This is exactly it.